Layoffs and studio closures. Again.
A detective fest is upon us.
Our gaming pet peeves.
VR in 2026. What's that looking like?
Welcome back to another episode of Kurt and Lucy Got You Covered.
Are you doing your daily stretches?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're warming up for the show. Every week we go through this pile of letters to talk about the biggest news and stories in gaming. Except we don't know what order they're in, and sometimes we get a letter from you at home.
Yeah. In fact, you can send us a letter at gotchacovered@gamespot.com, which we would gladly read.
Yes.
Every time I get one, I feel a little flutter.
I feel a little warm inside.
Yeah.
All right, let's get going.
Okay. Meta shut down Twisted Pixel games,
Yes.
which they made Deadpool VR.
Yep.
Sanzaru Games, Asgard's Wrath, which was really confusing, and Armature Studio, the studio that brought us the Resident Evil 4 VR. However, there's also some exciting VR things on the horizon, like the Steam Frame. How do we feel about the prospects of VR in 2026? You and I are on two opposite sides, maybe, possibly.
Okay. What's your side?
Well, as in
I
like,
haven't told you my side.
well, as in, I mean, our relationship with VR,
Yes. Is that VR is very difficult for me. I get exceedingly motion sick.
which I used to.
I got motion sick watching you even just walk around in it yesterday.
Yeah, we were doing a VR thing,
Yeah.
and it wasn't good for us or you to watch.
Yep.
Thing is, though, I'm someone
Hello.
who did not have their VR legs, but now I do.
Yeah.
After training myself to do so.
Yeah.
I also want to make it clear that I was someone who doesn't believe that people need to enjoy, don't need the full motion VR thing in order to enjoy VR. Me getting my VR legs was an experiment, a successful experiment. But at the end of that experiment, I ultimately said, this didn't make anything better for me. It just made the experience a little different.
Yeah.
But not in such a way that would have changed my views of VR in the first place.
The
Anyways,
thing is, because I think VR is so cool. I will never forget the first time I tried the Vive headset at Gamescom, doing the big whale underwater demo. I'll never forget that feeling. And that was my first experience of it, and it was really good.
Yeah.
However, I'm at the stage where I've had so many bad experiences in VR, in particular, something about Source Engine. Source Engine, even just not in VR, makes me really sick. Anything that requires me to move around. Beat Saber, totally fine.
it's
Batman. Oh my.
well, isn't that a game like full motion, right? You have to move
So
around
anything
and
like
do all
full
that
motion,
jazz.
I just can't do. So
Anything where you're in control of your environment, the control of your actual movement, and the area is not moving,
yes.
right? Yeah.
So what was this question? It was, how do you feel about the prospects of VR in 2026?
So I have a thing, if I may.
Please.
I actually feel really good about VR in 2026. I want to start and preface this because it sucks that these studios are shut down.
Yes.
There's no being around that bush.
What if I said to you, Meta is the worst thing to happen to VR?
That is true.
Yes. Okay. Good. That's also
but this is
fine.
the thing. This is where I feel like I wish I could articulate this better. I think in ways, Meta is the best and worst thing that happened. The worst, definitely more so than the best. But the thing that I do think Meta did well was at least getting it in people's households and got it in a way that got it in a form that was far more accessible and easy to digest than having a PC and setting this whole thing up, or another console or another tower, all these sensors and all that jazz. But Meta absolutely, the biggest problem that VR has had to deal with, and Jean-Luc Seipke made an excellent video about this on our GameSpot channel if you want to watch it. This is specifically their perspective is tied towards the Resident Evil games as kind of being the backbone of this whole thing. The biggest problem with VR is that every company has a chokehold on a corner of it, which makes it so inaccessible because you don't know where to point someone to get the best experience other than, in order to have the best VR experience, you got to have a MetaQuest to play Resident Evil 4 VR, but you can't play any of the other Resident Evil VR games. You have to have that on PlayStation VR.
You have to have
That's
PlayStation for
exclusive
that.
to that.
Beat Saber, is a killer app.
Yep.
But you have to have it on PC because otherwise you're just playing the Billie Eilish song pack or
Yeah,
some stuff. You
yeah.
want some actual good stuff, you got to go on PC. If you want, I don't know, the best Half-Life Alyx experience.
You gotta get a PC.
Get
and you gotta,
a
when you get a PC,
PC.
what does that mean? What headset do you buy? Do you buy the Valve Index? Probably not. You can buy the Meta Quest and then do a PC link. Basically, what the whole point is, the worst thing that happened to VR are the companies themselves putting a chokehold on trying to control VR.
Yeah.
And seeing this happen sucks because those games are good. I'm not going to talk about Deadpool VR. I'm not speaking for that one, but I am talking for Asgard's Wrath and Resident Evil 4 VR.
Asgard's Wrath, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10
on IGN.com.
On IGN. And Resident Evil 4 VR, 9 out of 10 from GameSpot.com from yours truly. So I don't think VR is dead because it hasn't died yet. Like we still are getting VR stuff. Once MetaQuest, once these studios are closed and the Steam Frame comes out, I think the Steam Frame is going to be the thing.
I hope so.
That will at least open the gates the way MetaQuest did to your library of games, your Steam library of games, and actually give people the opportunity to play a game like Half-Life Alyx, GameSpot's Game of the Year 2020. Isn't that wacky?
Isn't that incredible? 5 years ago.
I know.
6 years ago. Shit.
And you don't need a PC in order to use the Steam Frame.
Yeah.
It all operates within the headset.
Very smart.
Anyways, I'm still weirdly very optimistic for VR.
Yeah. I think the things that will be the not even make or break for VR, but it is strange and unusual times, economic headwinds.
Oh yeah.
VR has
Prices.
always been
A luxury.
a luxury pastime, even within the niche of, I would say, gaming is a luxury pastime. So, there will always going to be that subset of people who want to experience more new things in VR. There will always be people making things in VR for VR. But I just don't think we're going to have that gold rush of excitement that we did around 2012, 14.
No, I think the only thing we could do at this point is just loosen up, loosen the grip, allow these things to actually be able to exist. Like the fact that Resident Evil 4 VR,
God, that was a good. I mean, even I played some of that, and I was just lobbing grenades.
But even Resident Evil 4 Remake VR can only be played on the PS5, PSVR 2. So I haven't even played it. It's ridiculous. It's so silly. It's so stupid that it exists, but not on PC, only for PSVR 2. And then I will say one of the reasons,
Mr. Zuckerberg, tear down these walls.
I know.
Or Mr. Newell.
Who
else is in charge of VR now?
I'll end my whole rant with there's one game that I actually gives me hope. Because
Wait, let me see if I can guess it.
Came out 2025.
Batman. No. A VR game that came out in 2025.
Yeah.
Was it that golf game?
Oh, I love that golf game. No, it's the fact that a story-driven and art-driven single-player VR experience that was also playable flat, as in you could play it on a normal screen with a controller, won not only Best VR Game at Game Awards, but won Best Steam VR Game, and that is The Midnight Walk. It did.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah.
Well, yeah, whatever. It's like what I'm trying to say is I was very surprised that to me was an unusual VR experience, in a way that I wouldn't have imagined a single player sort of story driven game like that sweep up at both in the world of Steam and the Game Awards and be a VR game. Look at that. And you know what? If we get another one of those and people are going to look at their Steam frame and stuff. So I don't know.
Plug me in to the frame.
To Lawnmower Man.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. That being said, to those who lost their jobs, that sucks. You're too damn talented. You're too damn good at what you do, and I hope I only can hope that there'll be places for you to do cool VR games if that's the thing you want to do. I don't know.
Yeah.
Next letter.
Next letter.
What the hell are you doing?
I'm reveling.
Okay.
That was so shit. Oh, God. Ubisoft hits the Division and Avatar studio massive entertainment with layoffs. 6 days ago, they shut down Ubisoft Halifax. Predict the state of Ubisoft 1 year from now. What is the end game?
I couldn't even tell you Ubisoft a year ago, a year before that. Ubisoft continues to be one of the most confounding video game companies in existence, to the point where I almost want to give them credit, because it seems like nothing they do is a success. Or at least it doesn't feel or look like that.
The problem is that their stuff is a success. I mean, Shadows, despite maybe not being, sweeping up at the Game Awards or anything, or appearing on a bunch of long lists for stuff, did sell very well. However, Ubisoft has, and this is, no surprise to anyone. This is me just repeating what I say every single time about Ubisoft. Ubisoft as a company has just ballooned in a way that is untenable, unsustainable, and they are splitting the company up with their most profitable games and going into one division, and the rest of them just floating around. Just Dance still sells. The division.
They still make Wii.
I think they stopped Wii. I think they stopped Wii.
Okay.
Just Dance appeared on my TV the other day. Okay, an app just appeared on my TV. I don't know.
It's time to get moving.
Hey, I'm gonna do the Rasputin, but I'm gonna talk to you while you sleep. I don't know. So Ubisoft is a puzzling company. They have gone from 10 odd so years ago being this exciting company that was taking risks, that had a blockbuster every single year in the form of Assassin's Creed, which had a bunch of tentpole franchises that it could try things with, a division where they just tried smaller experimental games that that found a lot of success, published things like Trials, and also had a share of, like gamer culture that you'd be hard pressed to find people not playing things like Trials back when Xbox Live Arcade was still huge, 2010 to 2012, 13. Then, off the back of that success, Ubisoft just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Everything is taking longer than it should have. Margins are narrowing. And then we find itself in this insane position where they've made insane choices, just doubling down on the worst, or at least my most frustrating, the gameplay design practices that frustrate me the most. Should be really wearing the beef of the week hat for this, but it's okay. And now we find themselves in a place where they're just going to keep making cuts. It will be death by 1,000 cuts.
Richard's brought pastries.
Richard brought pastries. He could tell my blood sugar was low. Thanks, man.
Thank you, Richard.
Predict the state of Ubisoft 1 year from now. Yeah.
Yeah. Richard Lee, a savior of all. Ooh, you got it from those cool cats.
Yeah,
what are these called again?
Yeah, pastel.
Thanks, Richard.
Thanks, man. Hang on. Let me get. Thanks, Richard.
This is the interruption of Got You Covered that we needed. For those watching, this is thanks to Richard. Okay, bye.
Bye. So
just as we're talking about layoffs between Ubisoft and Metaverse, nothing can pick yourself up like a little treat.
We had ours today. Anyway, predict the state of Ubisoft 1 year from now. I think the cuts are just going to keep on coming. I think that sucks.
I want to correct myself earlier because I said, it just seemed that you have all these failures or these things that these things that aren't a success. Because it's like, I think that's my perspective as someone who's not a big Ubisoft game person, where it's not that I forget, but you see games like Division, which I did interpret as a success. I see games like Siege, which I know is a success.
Oh yeah, so
but then there's all these other games in between. These like things that they're throwing like spaghetti at the wall. What was the battle royale they tried doing?
Hyperscape.
Yeah,
well, that's the thing. So chasing trends. And I'm not saying that they are not still experimenting with stuff. We had 2 smaller Prince of Persia games last year. I didn't play Rogue, but Lost Crown was fantastic.
Yeah.
More of that, please. But at the same time, they're going to look at that. That is not making the same amount of money as Assassin's Creed. And unfortunately, most AAA studios and publishers at this point are now expecting Assassin's Creed money. And anything that, even if it is a success, which if it is not pulling in millions and millions and millions, is deemed worthless, not a success. It's an insane way to look at the market, and it's a huge reason why gaming is in the pickle that it's in.
Yeah. Also, massive. It's kind of astounding to know that they did the Division.
Yep.
The Avatar game. The Avatar game that just got a big old expansion. Star Wars Outlaws.
Yep.
Like, they've been pumping games out very frequently this past couple of years. And I just want to say we did a GameSpot Insider, a little mini documentary on that very studio during the development of Star Wars Outlaws. I would recommend if folks are interested that they go and watch it. But it is kind of, this hit a little weirder for us, or at least for me personally, having worked on that documentary and produced it, that that studio had a really strong culture, despite being a big old, what probably people view a studio from Ubisoft and be like, oh, it's just a bunch of people, the cogs in the wheel, doing the thing, doing the games. That documentary is a really good showcase of people who really just care about what they do, even if it is just some big IP like Star Wars. So big bummer.
All right, let's finish these and then take another letter.
It is Steam Detective Fest.
I was thinking of making like some weird kind of detective-y sax noise. Okay. Ow.
The sale runs to January 19th.
Ninth teeth.
19th. It's Steam Detective Fest. The sale runs to January 19th. It's a funny thing to call it a sale because not everything is on sale.
Yeah, it's mostly everything.
It's just a bunch of games that have the detective
tag.
I was going, I was like, this is a never
I was also looking at it. I was like, all right, phone this one in.
What should us amateur video sleuths check out? What are you two semi-professional video sleuths excited to try? The case file, magnifying glasses, caution.
So,
Well, here.
definitely pick up Golden Idol sequel, Blake Manor, that kind of stuff.
I did make a list,
Did you?
a little list.
Go on.
Try to get my
Go
list.
get it.
Okay.
While he's doing that, some demos I tried Death at Fleming Manor, which is, it's very Golden Idol, except you play as a coroner.
That is allergic to autopsies.
Yes. You play as a coroner and you basically examine a crime scene. It's, pick up words in the environment, just like Golden Idol, and then you have to determine the cause of death of the people in those scenes. I enjoyed it. I felt like it was pretty, it was the first one, so maybe I'm just being unfair. Not easy, but it was like very lenient on giving you hints and stuff. Like Golden Idol, I feel, does not like giving you hints at all.
Yeah.
So if you want something that's a little more approachable, check out Death at Fleming Manor. Desktop Explorer is a demo that I played back in 2003, I think it was, and the demo has not changed.
That's another thing with this fest.
Yes.
Is there's a lot of things kind of lingering around from a few years ago, which is fine. There's some new stuff too.
However, Outer Sloth have picked it up, and I think it's coming out this year. That is a detective-y game, an exploration point and click, where you only have the interface of a Windows 95 PC. No, well, is it 98?
It's a 90s,
90s
Windows operating
system. And
If it was ME, then that would be a true
gamer moment.
nightmare.
Yeah. And then, you basically hunt through files, hunt down passwords for locked folders, reveal hidden files, open things like Paint, or you don't even have a web browser and you're trying to uncover a mystery.
Is there a genre for the desktop game? Because it's become so popular, I feel like, over these past
dark web.
Since stuff like Hypnospace Outlaw, is it called Hypnospace Outlaw in the time? Yeah. And Her Story is another kind of example of these sort of desktop based sort of mystery games. The Operator. There's another one I really wanted to play. I think it's just called the Case of Andrew something or another. But unfortunately, that one has some use of AI. Their excuse was that it uses real photos of people, and they didn't want the faces to be recognizable, so they used AI to change the faces. I don't know if I have a stance on that, but it's a game that was kind of my radar that kind of made me like, blah, 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 but we'll get to it.
And finally, I also played Obsidian Moon.
Yeah, that's the one I also want to check out.
Yes. So it is, you play as a rugged detective back from the Second World War talking about the Somme. And the interface is just cards on a table. And so by looking at cards, time is a currency. So it takes, a certain amount of time to look at a scene. And you have bills to pay at the end of the day. And if you don't pay the bills, then your sanity takes a hit.
Yeah, and it's all done through a table. Like you're looking at a desk, an evidence table.
Vibes were good. First case was good. I would say the thing that kind of stuck out to me with Obsidian Moon is that sometimes the UI gets real messy and it doesn't, sometimes it just wouldn't close properly. And also the time wouldn't automatically stop after it finished, doing the autopsy or something. So my time would just be going. I'd be like, no, I'm wasting
sanity.
Yes.
So I wanted to take the chance to try and shout out. I would probably say some of the greatest hits.
Okay.
Some of you probably already know these games, but they were on sale specifically. So this is now your opportunity that if you have a passive sort of liking of, because I feel like people like us and Jean-Luc who love detective games. If you like detective games, you're usually all in on the genre. You want them as much as you can, right? Just once you have one, you just want another. You just want another. You just want another.
Yeah.
But I do feel like there's people who have asked me, where do I start? Where do I begin? So I have created a list of 4 games that all tackle a different style of detective deduction.
I love that.
The first one I already mentioned, and you may have already played it, but I think it's an absolute classic, is Her Story. I love Her Story. I think some people who played it have conflicting feelings on it because the game doesn't really end. There's no end. You just kind of have to play it until you've deduced what you believe is the thing that happened. For those of you who don't know, you are looking through a series of interrogation videos with a woman who murdered someone. And basically you're trying to deduce whether or not this person did it or not. And it's all done through a search engine. You basically search a word and it'll pull up a video that has that word or that phrase or that thing in it.
Yep.
I'm a big fan.
It's very good.
The next one, totally changing gears, Paradise Killer. Ooh. It's on sale. It has the greatest soundtrack of any video game.
Paradise Killer rocks.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
If there's any way I can describe the gameplay of this game, it's like take Phoenix Wright, but put it in a Breath of the Wild design.
Yeah.
Because the game is an open world game.
Yeah.
You are allowed to go to the courtroom to basically make your statement on what happened.
You can go fight Ganondorf from the very start.
From the very beginning. You could go straight to the courthouse with absolutely no evidence whatsoever and be like, I'm gonna do it. I think the game is amazing.
I love it.
I think it's so good.
Vibes.
That's
Music
the thing.
is great.
It's a game that lives up to its vibes.
Yes.
It's a game that instills vibes
and lives up to them.
And the soundtrack will get stuck in your head. I assure you it will. And you will listen to it and you will like it. Next one, Contradiction.
Oh, I still haven't finished Contradiction.
It's the best. Contradiction is an FMV style, full motion video, sort of like soft point and click, but ultimately it's about the conversations.
Thank God you said point and click.
Why?
Soft point and click.
Hey, don't spoil anything. And a lot of it is about having conversations with people, but it's done with real actors. So there's a little bit of camp to it.
A lot of camp.
And the main detective is quite a character. He's very, I don't know, there's something about him that does not scream sleuthin' detective guy.
What does he do? He's like, are you familiar with this?
Yeah. Are you familiar with this? It's great. And then the last one is one that I'm sure all of you have played, but I'm just going to make sure I say it because I would.
Wait, can I guess it?
Sure.
Disco Elysium.
You're damn right, sister. Disco Elysium is on sale if you've been, not sure.
Oh, it's one of the best games ever made.
Yeah.
So simply
put.
one of the best games ever made.
Yep. That's my list.
It's a good list.
Good list.
And then my last little thing, sorry, any of the Frogware Sherlock Holmes games, any of them. But if I had to suggest one, start with Crimes and Punishment. Okay. It's the best one.
I think I played that. It was like 2014, that one, right?
Yeah, it was. And even better, they don't tell you if you've made the right decision at the end of a case. And it's the greatest thing. And the amount of times I've been like, this dude did it. I know he did it. And then face the black. And then it tells you you were wrong. And then it goes to the next case. And then you move on. It's the best. Anyways.
A lot of good games.
Detectives.
I've got a big list. Actually, Thinky Games.
Thinky, the site.
Yes, the site. They did a very good roundup as well on the Blue Sky. If you're looking for even more recommendations.
Thinky Games is how I found out about root trees. The root cheese
Wow,
are dead.
not listening to your good friend Lucy James.
You know what? You know how you said it? You said, hey, Kurt, look at this website called Thinky Games. There's a game on it called, and before you
Is that
said
how
it,
I did it?
I said,
Oh, root
I'm
trees.
interested in the root trees are dead. And you're like, that's the one I was going to say. So relax. You're the one who told me about Thinky Games, okay? Take the credit. Sleep well at night.
I wish I could. Anyway.
Wait. Sorry, I have my own list of games.
Oh, sorry, John.
Hold on. I'm John Luke's here.
Yeah. Hi.
Objection.
It's going to be all 30 Nancy Drew games. Objection.
All 34, please. No. I just got a couple I want to highlight. There's one called Tales Noir. You play as a raccoon in a noir city.
I know what you're doing.
There's Duck Detective.
Yes.
Where you're a duck who's a detective.
See, I didn't even mention Duck Detective.
There's Brock the Investigator. He's a gator. You got Cat Detective, Albert Wild. Lord Wrinklebottom Investigates. He's a giraffe.
Oh, yes. I played the first chapter of that one.
Avery
bird?
Attorney, where you're a bird.
Yeah.
It's like Ace Attorney. And Sam and Max, which is not really a detective game, but I actually recommend Sam and Max. Anyway, that's my games.
Good.
I want to see a therapist, but not to talk about me. I want to know why they think people want animal detective games. I want to know why they think. I want to know why. Like, what is the psychology behind people enjoying animal detective games, or just that they keep making them? No more animal detectives. So stop. What's the deal? All right, that's my little beef of the week.
What is the deal
with animal detectives?
All right.
Thanks, Jean-Luc.
Thanks, John Luke.
Next letter.
As we step in 2026, which games are you, Lucy and Kurt, excited for?
Oh, I got one.
Hit me.
Remember when I played a little game that I got real excited about? I made a video about called At Dead of Night. You know what's coming this year? At Dead of Night 2. That's right. Naughty Girl. Did not come out. That's not what I intended. I did not intend to come out that way.
I want to go home. I want to go home.
A shirt. I'm wearing a shirt. That says that. Understood?
For your audio listeners, please. What is that?
I just want to thank Jean-Luc Seipke for getting me the shirt.
Also, once again, you need to cool it with moving back because that TV.
The day we break it. The day I break it.
I was going to say, we.
Anyways, At Dead of Night, one of my favorite games of, what was it, 2020?
Yeah,
What is
2020.
it about?
Well, it's made by the folks who made
Contradiction!
Oh, yes. Oh, the horror. Yes. Okay, it's all coming back to me now.
Yes. At Dead of Night, 2020 game. I made a video about it, sort of, kind of. I made a horror listicle.
You made it.
Best
You
horror
used it
games
as a
to play.
framework. It was very good.
Yeah. I wanted an excuse to talk about this game that I didn't think we would, like, GameSpot would be able to be like, you're going to make an entire video about this niche weirdo horror game. But I managed to make it work, and it's one of the best videos. It's a video I'm very proud of.
Do you want to explain what the game is?
Yeah. So Dead of Night is basically, I mean, I guess it kind of falls into the, I don't want to say Five Nights at Freddy's, but the sort of genre and place where you are moving through an environment, and Jimmy, this guy on my shirt, Jimmy, is chasing you through a hotel, a haunted, ghostly hotel.
You see, when you call him Jimmy, I'm just like, oh, Mr. Beast.
Jimmy's chasing you. That's going to be the sequel.
God.
You are maneuvering through a hotel, and it's done in this very, I guess the genre would be like slideshow, like Mist, in the way that it's like you're kind of moving. You don't have full control. You're moving like one tile at a time.
And Carter.
Yes, through this extremely detailed 3D like pre-rendered world. And Jimmy is an FMV who's like coming around the corners and looking for you. But the tension of the game, you're basically trying to hide from Jimmy while also trying to save your friends who've been kidnapped by Jimmy, bonked by Jimmy, and
As well as speaking to ghosts.
and then you find a ghost box and you speak to ghosts and you
Yeah.
unravel the mystery of Jimmy while trying to escape the hotel. But the thing that makes the tension so, I mean, the game is so
'Cause he looks
damn
like
scary.
that.
Yeah, no, he looks great. He looks like a Matt Smith lookalike with a bald cap on.
Well, he looks like another famous Jimmy.
Oh, that Jimmy. I do know that Jimmy you're talking about. So
Bone Temples are this weekend.
yeah, I know. Anyways, the game is already terrifying in of itself, but a lot of its horror, I think, is owed to the rudimentary movement because you move in these very quick 90-degree angles, and it's done where you don't. Anytime you click over, could be Jimmy right there waiting for you. And it's always terrifying. It always sucks. This game actually gave me nightmares when I played it, sincerely.
I love that.
It's great.
Yeah.
But I also just think the game's really good.
Yeah. I played it over the holiday. I genuinely, some of the best like green screen integration of like real people into a game I have ever
Ooh.
seen.
Yeah,
It
it's
looks-
very convincing.
I am obsessed with the way that game looks. I think it looks so good. Like there's no other game that looks quite like it. I did think the game kind of wears out its welcome after a certain point, was maybe like my critique of the game. Like there was a point where I was kind of like, all right, I kind of just need to this game to kind of wrap itself up. Got a little repetitive, but that makes me incredibly excited
for
for-
Dead Knight 2.
for a sequel.
Which apparently is like,
It's in a mansion this time?
yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. That's one of the games I'm most excited about. I went on a big rant about another game, so please take the floor.
Very excited for Bond and Resident
Oh,
Evil, of course. But I think I'm most excited this year for. Okay, so Zero Parades.
Speaking of Disco Elysium,
To follow up to Disco Elysium, obviously a lot of the core team of Disco Elysium departed the company in various ways, but there are still a lot of
but
folks.
there's a big chunk of folks
big
there
chunk of
that
folks who
work on
still
Disco.
work at Zaum. I think it's very interesting. You know, we had the fuck up cop for Disco, and
Yeah.
now it is Guilty Spy.
Mm-hmm.
It's you have done something that has impacted your team. Some of them have died, but you need to kind of get them all back on side, and you are a spy. And I think it's very interesting.
It's the concept of starting as a piece of shit and like
I love starting as a piece of
trying
shit.
to redeem yourself or not,
Or not.
because like Disco, you
It's
don't
up to
have,
you.
you don't have to.
Yeah, I have to. One, I'm excited about Scarlet Hollow. So, context, this one came out episodically over the last couple of years, overwhelmingly positive, had not been on my radar. They emailed me and they were like, hey, the 5th episode is kind of coming
The
out.
final one.
Final one is coming out. First of all, the email headline was, you'll only see 15% of this narrative game in one playthrough. Already, I'm in. Your aunt is dead, your cousin hates you, and you're stuck in the dead-end town of Scarlet Hollow. Choose your path through a branching narrative so dense that you'll see less than a fifth of the game on a single playthrough. You won't be able to save everyone. Good luck and welcome home.
Ooh.
Right? That's going to be my weekend. I don't know when the 5th episode is coming out. I should have probably looked on that email, but I'm very intrigued by that. I'm super stoked to dig through that. So that kind of cheating because it already came out. At least all those episodes are
No,
out.
it'll be finalized in this
Yes.
year. The narrative will end. The story will end.
And then just otherwise, there's a lot of indies on my radar. I don't know if Chicken Foot, whatever it's called, the Coven of the Chicken Foot, the Badger game, like those two that were at Game Awards, those kind of things. Oh, Out of Words.
Covenant of the Chicken Foot is supposed to be this year.
Lovely. I love
Yeah,
that
I
stuff.
mean, but you know, a lot of things don't have dates yet.
Nothing has dates.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that has something to do with well, Grand Theft Auto 6 has its date, right?
GTA has its
It does
date.
have its date.
Yeah, well, famously, it's never moved its date, has it?
Are you excited for Grand Theft Auto 6?
I am.
Yeah.
I was working in the industry when GTA 5 released, and that was, Rockstar, every release is such a moment and such an exciting time to be interested in gaming in any way. So I just can't wait to see what that shit show looks like. Because it is going to be a
Yeah.
shit show. It is going to be
Oh, I know.
all hands on deck. It is going to be everything you see and hear in the gaming space for a month at the very least.
Oh, yeah.
Will be GTA. I'm very excited. However, you know, whatever Rockstar's got going on in the UK.
Yeah.
For all Chris Pratt, people make games for all the latest on that. But
Yeah. The in general, though, I do think Capcom is just
yeah.
Capcom's got 3 games coming out this year.
Oh, Pragmata!
Yes. Resident Evil 9.
Oh, I can't wait for
I
Pragmata.
cannot wait to play Pragmata, and then Onimusha.
Shit, you're right.
Yes. It's wacky.
Dude,
it's wacky.
Capcom is killing it.
And we've played
bits
slices
of all three.
3 of those games, and every single one of them was like, I cannot wait to play
Yeah,
more
wasn't
of
it
this.
like,
I cannot wait to play
when isn't
more
it,
of
was
this.
it last year we got to go to the Capcom office and they were like, hey, here's a demo for all 3 of these.
Yep.
Enjoy.
Here's Resident Evil. Here's the Resident Evil.
Here's Onimusha,
Pragma.
and
Here's
here's
Pragmata.
Pragmata.
Here's Onimusha. All 3 of them were like,
Brilliant.
woo.
Loved it.
So yeah.
So there's a
2026
lot
is gonna
of
be
stuff.
2026 is gonna be a good year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leisure.
Lotta.
Okay, bye.
Think about that.
Kurt got a really haunted voicemail.
I haven't heard this story, I don't think.
Hang on. Please get it.
Josephine, I'm okay. Bye.
Josephine, I'm home okay.
Bye. It was.
Josephine, I'm okay. Bye.
It fucking terrified me when I got it because it's a 585 number. It's Spencerport. It's like in my neighborhood from where I'm from, and I'm like, who? And Josephine's the name of my grandmother who's dead. So I was like, what is this? Like, what is this message? It like scared me so much I didn't talk about it for like 2 days, and then it came up. It was like,
We were playing Masquerade, weren't we?
Josephine, I'm home okay.
Bye.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
it. Anyways,
Very good.
Incredible.
Letter time. I'm home okay. Bye.
Kurt, I didn't expect to be talking about this. You've been enjoying Sea of Thieves a lot lately. Tell us what you like about it in the form of a sea shanty. This, okay. All right.
I was gonna do
Yeah, you can if you want.
That's the Irish drinking song from
Are
whose
they
line
all-
is it
Are they
anyway?
all one the same?
No, like a sea shanty would be
Oh, I look like an old woman with a beard and an eye patch. Sometimes I wear a bandana. I only got one leg and a hook on the other hand. I want to go say hello to Aunt Dinah. Is that what it sounds like? I got a cat named Pamela Brown that I carry with me where I go.
there was one that was in Assassin's Creed 4 that I used to genuinely just listen to. I would make sure to skip until it was this one. It was like, Molly Brown, she's the gal for me, boys. Oh, boys. Row, boys, row. It's like, you know,
Is that a shanty?
Yeah, that's in
That
Assassin's
sounds
Creed.
like Come On Eileen.
Sally Brown. Or is it Molly Brown? Sally.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Sometimes I dig up leeches and eat them for fun. They make you puke and it's always...
My bucket overruns.
And then I throw it in the player's face and laugh all day. Oh, if we could only just go to Smuggler's Bay.
I mean, I couldn't do a shanty off the bat like that. I think that was very good.
The water looks really good. I look at it a lot. Sometimes I stop and say, what a beautiful shot. Yeah.
Hi ho. No,
Hi.
those are the seven dwarfs.
Anyways, thank you for letting me do that.
Yeah.
I actually kind of had a little fun. But everything I said is true. I play as like an old, pale, anorexic old lady woman with a beard and eye patch and a stump and a hook. And people have said that she's difficult to look at. And I love her a lot. I've just been
What's
playing.
her name again? Pamela?
Well, the pirate doesn't have a name. But the cat that I got is named Pamela Brown. We have a good friend named Peter Brown.
Yes.
Who used to work at GameSpot. And he told me once that if he was born a girl, his mom planned to call him Pamela. So
May I be excused for 30 seconds while I just text him, "Sup, Pamela?"
and the best part is that he does not like Sea of Thieves. I'm pretty sure he reviewed it for GameSpot all those years ago.
To be fair, different game.
It was
different game.
rough at launch.
But that's the thing.
The rough seas.
The rough seas. That's just a part of being a pirate and eating
Yarr.
leeches. Yarr. No, I've been playing it a lot recently. I'm not a games of service person, but I have sort of like become entranced by that game. I don't know what it is in this moment, but I have a lot of thoughts about why I think that game is so damn good. Even all the way down to the basic moment to moment mechanics of the order in which you do things and how you do them, and the simplicity of each individual thing, but when put together becomes something rather complex and cartoonish and cool. I know I'm ranting to probably an
You're not
audience
doing
of
it
people who
via
knows,
sea shanties.
but I'm a big fan of. So thanks for giving me that opportunity. We said in a meeting like, "Hey Kurt, is there a particular thing you've been into recently?" And I was like, "I've been playing a lot of Sea of Thieves, but I got nothing to say about it.
I wish I could. It makes me really motion sick. It makes me seasick. Yarr.
Just stay on the beach, and I'll come back for you, and I'll give you stuff.
Yeah, I'll just go kill some skeletons, dig up some treasure.
Don't even leave the island. Just role play in the bar and get
I'll
drunk.
be in the. I'm doing dry January.
So eat leeches.
Let
Ladder time.
Viewer mail. Hey, Gotcha Covered crew.
Hi.
It's no it's no secret that remakes occur in the video game industry more than any other medium. Hollywood. I feel we're on par. Yes, it's
It's in vogue. It's in vogue.
Or if you're Taylor Swift redoing your albums.
Yeah.
Yes, it's great to see games like Dead Space remade with more accessibility options and games like Resident Evil 4 and Silent Hill 2 reimagined for a modern audience. But at what point do we stop remaking games? As time goes on, will we look back on all these remakes as being outdated, only to be ripe for a remake once more 20 to 30 years from now? Is this something you guys see being remedied with increased access to older titles, i.e. Virtual Console, or do corporations expect folks to keep rebuying the same stories and experiences they know we love? When will we have enough remakes to move on to new stories and experiences? Thanks, Kurt and Lucy. Nicholas G.
Oh, Nicholas G. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the letter. Thank you for watching.
Thanks, Nicholas G.
Thank you. This is an interesting one because I actually have very conflicted feelings about remakes. As Nick pointed out, I made a video. Well, he didn't point this out directly, but I did make a video that referenced. I think it was the first episode of the Kurt Locker, which was all about remakes, and it was about even what is a remake and the remake versus a remaster or a retelling or however you want to see it. Because Dead Space, Resident Evil 4 remake, at the time it was Metroid Prime remastered, and my argument was like that's not a remaster because they remade assets in it.
Yep.
Anyways, but I have conflicting feelings because there's companies like Capcom, when they do a remake for Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 4 remake specifically, like they did more than just like, yes, they remade a game that was familiar, but they also revolutionized that franchise.
Yes.
Again, like everything they did with the Resident Evil 2 remake is the best thing that ever happened to the survival horror genre of like the modern age. Period. Like done. And I don't know if we would have ever been able to get to that point unless we had a remake of Resident Evil 2. So that's where, then there's the other case of Dead Space, where I really do not think that remake was necessary, with the exception of accessibility options.
Yes, it was fucking good, though.
Yeah, well, it was good, but it was good because Dead Space, the original Dead Space,
Bones of Dead Space
was good.
perfect
It was
game.
fantastic.
Yeah.
So I am conflicted because I would do anything for us to like. Look, if you watch the show, if you know who I am, if you've seen what I do, I thrive on the unknown, on playing things that are new, that are trying something. That being said, I would argue Resident Evil 2 and 4 remake tried something in familiar territory, but they tried something. So, yeah, I would always advocate for new stuff, but I will say it's probably easier for companies to sell something like a remake and use it as a platform to evolve.
So my thoughts on this are the gaming audience is getting older, gaming is getting more expensive. Gen Z, Gen Alpha are not playing these games. Even remaking them, are you remaking them to capture a new audience, or are you making them to recapture the older audience who is more likely to buy because they have that familiarity, that
money.
hey, they have potentially money to spend? And are we actually just kind of chasing the same people instead of reaching out? I will not say that, hey, Resident Evil 4 Remake didn't attract new people to Resident Evil, but it is one of, in terms of, if you're a game publisher, it is a best case scenario in that you are technically releasing a new game. It's got changes in it, but you are also releasing something that fans have asked for, fans know, fans love, fans already have an expectation of, and you are winning those people back. So it's an interesting one. Stuff is still going to get remade. Remaking a game right now, it's relatively cheap to do. The hard work has been done, or the hardest work has been done, and remakes, porting things over, relatively speaking, takes a lot less time, a lot less money than starting a AAA game from the very beginning, building a studio, etc. So I think we're still going to see them. I hope that we see a la Resident Evil, a la Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, where you take an original game, the bones of which people know and love, the bones of which are excellent in the annals of history, of gaming history for a reason, and then do something cool and unique with it. Obviously, accessibility is a huge part of that. A lot of old games are very tough to go back to. But yeah, I don't think there will ever be a point where we don't get remakes anymore.
Yeah.
And if anything, he
yeah.
said gaming has a lot of remakes, but look at how many times things get remade in the film industry.
I mean,
how many reboots we get. I mean, look at something like The Pit. Mm-hmm. It's ER. It's just they remade ER.
I want to slightly.
Don't use me in court. I don't want to be a part of your.
It is. I also want to backtrack a bit because I want to give credit to Resident Evil 7, because Resident Evil 7 is the game of the series that like brought it back to those like very specific survival horror roots. I would just say that Resident Evil 2 Remake perfected it and like gave it the blueprint to everyone else that many other developers have now since followed. So Resident Evil 7 is a contradiction to my point, where it's like that game actually was the thing that reinvented the series, was a new game, a new story, though arguably just a retelling, a big old inspiration from things like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and all that stuff. It's tough.
Have you heard about the monomyth? Sorry.
Can I bring a perspective?
Yes.
What if I said no?
You can do
You
that.
may.
You can do
Please,
that.
Jean-Luc.
Well, I was thinking about how a big reason why I think we're more okay with remakes in video games is because of the constant evolution of hardware. There's a logic to let's remake Resident Evil 2 because that game originally came out on a PlayStation 1 versus a PS4.
Yeah.
So as games graphically start to plateau, I feel like that almost starts to make a little less sense. Like the example I think of, and maybe it did well for Sony, so maybe it doesn't matter what I think, but like, did Horizon Zero Dawn need a PS5 version that looked slightly better when that game already looked totally
Last of Us?
fine?
More importantly, was that game playable already?
Yes.
Was the PS4 version playable on the PS5?
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly. And that's the argument that's the other argument of remakes, where it's like you look at some people, like Lucy said, it's hard to go back and play old games because it's not like a medium like film or music or anything else that you passively enjoy. And
I think you need to have at least one console hardware generation in between a game's original release and now before you dare remake
Right.
it.
Yeah.
But then there's the weird exception. Resident Evil 1 had a remake that was technically one generation later. PS1 to the GameCube was one generation later. But that leap was so dramatic.
Yeah.
I think Resident Evil 1 remake is one of the greatest games ever made, like straight up. But it's because gaming hardware was evolving at such a rapid pace. It's not really the case anymore.
No. I was now, as hardware.
Yeah, and it's like it's
How
tough.
many strands of hair are we gonna?
Yeah, and it's tough because like I think about Silent Hill 2 Remake as a game where I actually think the remake recontextualizes the original game in a way that I can actually appreciate, because I did not like that original game, but the remake kind of gave me a new perspective on it. So it's really tough. I think it's a very compelling thought and question. It's a thing we have to deal with, but I think it's also like a byproduct of just entertainment and just trying to make sure, like, and big dudes making the familiar things that you may know the name of, like, oh, I know, I've never played Silent Hill 2, but I know it. I'll pick it up. I'll give it a shot.
I'll watch the movie.
Okay, I'll watch them. Oh God, don't do that. Do stare at a wall instead. So yeah, I always will advocate for something new. And the last thing, to mention Capcom for the 8,000th millionth time, because I think they do so much so well. I want to give credit to them because they are bridging what they've done with the remakes now with what they did with the other games, with Resident Evil 9, bringing in the remake Leon into a new scenario we have not seen yet.
Yeah.
So it's like stuff like that.
So you got the familiarity of like side tangent.
Here we go.
I know you don't give an S about TikTok.
I
I
don't.
wanna commend whoever runs Capcom's TikTok, the Resident Evil TikTok.
Are we talking up Capcom again?
Yes, but this time for a very, very specific thing. The official Resident Evil TikTok account just posts like thirst videos of Leon.
Because
Oh, I know, but like they know their audience so well, and they're not afraid to shit post. There was one that they posted the other day, or like around Christmas, where it's a door and opens the door, and Leon is there wearing a Santa hat, and the song is just going, "Daddy's home."
oh wow, all right,
Unbelievable.
okay, I didn't expect that.
Like I don't know who runs it. Congratulations, I love
You got
it.
Lucy,
You got me.
man.
Yeah, I'll download it and show you.
Yes, please screen capture it and send it to me so I don't have to click on a TikTok link.
All right.
Okay. Viewer mail.
I don't know why I put on such a weird American accent for viewer mail.
If you could look at this. Sorry, I forgot my magnifying glass
Oh, I got one in the
for this
Christmas
one. You
wrapper.
got one for the Christmas episode. It's actually on my desk because I love magnifying glasses.
Do you need me to read it?
There's a lot of words in here I don't
Do you
understand.
need me to read it?
Hello, Lucy, Jean-Luc, and Corbin Dallas, who always smells lemon fresh. Lemon.
Okay.
They see it. They see
Right.
it resonate off my very eclectically vibrant wardrobe. Thank you for the lemon. Lemon. Anyways, it's Lucas again. Hey, Lucas. Thanks for coming.
Hey.
Thanks for coming back. All the way back from episode 1. Oh,
The Cookie Monster.
Lucas. I'm still here.
Yeah.
And have my own beef of the week.
Ooh.
And then they actually wrote out a bunch of
Okay.
I can't Mertoli Nasicatane in the Gallige language. Can you help me? I'm so sorry. I started doing that in Italian.
Oh, Amietiola na Tietchin in the Gaelic language.
Gaelic language.
Is that like Gaelic? You know what?
I'm sorry,
I love
Lucas. I think you'd
love it.
understand if you've been watching since episode 1 how articulate I am with
can't
different
read.
languages and accents. It drives me crazy. Fine Young Cannibals is a shitty band. It drives me crazy when a voice. I'm gonna throw up. Drives me crazy when a voice acted game lets you name your own protagonist, and then, while your name will appear in text, no character will actually say it.
Persona 5.
Yeah, doesn't Fallout 4? Yeah, I think Fallout 4.
They just call you the Wanderer. Or
No.
whatever.
In Fallout 4, they
recorded
actually
a bunch of
did
names.
record a
They
bunch
did,
of
yes, the
lines.
robot did.
So the robot will
Yeah.
say them
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
specifically.
As if you've run into an old high school classmate at a party who clearly doesn't remember your name and will refer to you by such names as guy, buddy, or pal. I think you're self-projecting, Lucas, for the entire
No, I'm with Lucas. This
for the
happens to me all the
entirety
time.
of the night, secretly hoping someone else will say your name and they can act as if they've known it all along. Isn't that right, buddy or pal? Buddy.
Lucas, hang on. After you finish answering this question, I will give you a surefire way to get out of that. Don't worry. And if I do this to anyone and they've watched this, then
Suck it.
Sorry.
I've been playing and otherwise very much enjoying Octopath Traveler 0 on my Switch 1. Very specific note that they had to say. which is guilty of this. Another example that immediately springs to mind being the Persona games. That's exactly it. Anyway,
James Lucy, please.
James Lucy.
That's what my character's called. He
James
plays
Lucy.
a boy, so it's James Lucy.
Hi, I'm James Lucy.
I think actually James Lucy is the name of someone who was in Hollyoaks. So
Okay. Anyway, all that to get to my question.
what's the question?
What are some of your video game specific pet peeves? Thanks.
Okay, let me do the introduction thing first. So if you forget someone's name and you are in a social situation, chat to them, you know you've hung out before, bring someone else into the conversation, look at the other person and go, Kurt, hang on. If you're the person who I have not forgotten the name of, I know the name,
Hi.
I know your name.
Hi,
If I've
James.
forgotten this person's name, I'll go, oh, have you met Kurt? And then your instinct will be, hi, I'm Kurt, and they will introduce themselves.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
But what about the scenario in which you are the person where you're like, say you're talking to me and you like, Kurt, it is so good to see you. And I'm like, it's good to see you too.
That's fine.
Buddy.
Yeah.
And I
You can
clearly
just say,
don't remember
"It's so
your name.
great to see you."
And I clearly don't remember your name. Are you? And you were like,
No, I think if you carry it off with enough confidence to say, it's so good to see you too. How have you been?
but I think Lucas is saying it's almost like, I think they're in the position of the person doesn't remember their name.
I mean, if you ask around, like if you ask about a bunch of questions of like things that you definitely remember about this person, something will spark.
Also, I guess I don't fall in this because I'm usually very brutally honest and being like, I'm so sorry. But I have also done the, hey, so-and-so, this is so-and-so. And then, or hey, like, hey, so-and-so, meet Kurt. Hi, I'm Kurt. Hey, what's your name?
No.
Okay, pet peeves.
I think anything. If I've met you before 2020, then it doesn't count.
Cool.
Anyway, pet peeves.
Specific video game
If
pet
you
peeves.
have a cutscene playing and the hold B to skip icon is still on there throughout the entire cutscene and doesn't go away, Dishonored 2, I'm looking at you. That's such a pain in the ass. Why would you do that? Have it pop up if I press something. Have it pop up if I hit the pause button. Do not have it on screen the whole time because it undermines the story that you are telling, the work that your developers and designers and artists have put into crafting that cutscene, and it's also just ugly to look at.
It also looks like shit when you're trying to capture a video game and you're just trying to get the cutscenes and that
Yes.
prompt is there. So when you want to show the gameplay in a video, it's also there.
And it's just, it makes it feel, and this is a bugbear specific to Dishonored 2 because this is the most egregious, I think, example of it, or at least the one that I recognize. It's such an annoying thing. Getting heated, I'm sorry. It just undermines the story that you're trying to tell, and it kind of puts it to a backseat when it's not.
I got a few.
Okay.
I don't like watching a character I'm playing do stuff in cutscenes that I can't do in gameplay.
I hate that.
It drives. It's one of those things where it devalues what I do in game. If I watch a cutscene and I see the main character doing the most incredibly cool stuff, and then it cuts to me into gameplay mode, and I'm just.
Yeah.
Burp, 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 burp. And again, a game that does that I don't feel this for is Resident Evil 4. Like everything Leon does in a cutscene, I can do. Like jump through windows and do kicks and all that jazz. That's a big pet peeve of mine. It's one of those dissonance things where it's like, wait a minute, hold on a second.
Why can't I do that?
Yeah.
Yep.
This is probably something a lot of people share, maybe not. But I absolutely cannot stand when NPCs or people in games or companions tell me what to do. I cannot stand it.
Maybe it's time to go to the door.
I cannot
Maybe we
stand
should
it.
see what's behind the door. Hey, Kurt, have you thought about what's behind the door?
Behind the door.
I'm hanging out behind this door. Sounds like something's behind
Did you
it.
see that? Look up there. Look at that.
Look at that.
Or even the main character to themselves. Like,
Tomb Raider 3 reboot trilogy. I think they had an option to turn, like, she could give you hints by talking to herself, or you could lower it down. So she
yeah.
wouldn't.
I mean,
That
I
was
know,
very
I
good.
know. God of War Ragnarok eventually added.
Oh,
that.
Atreus.
But there was a breaking point where I was like, I can't do this. I just want to
I need
exist.
this kid to shut
Yes, I just can't do it. So that's a big one.
up. It's 2026. Cannot believe we are still doing the exposition walk and talks.
Yeah. When was the last game you played that did that?
I played one actually fairly recently. What was it?
Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost
or,
of
Yote.
Yote.
Ghost of Yote does
You are
that.
correct. It was Ghost of Yote. And wouldn't you know it, they did not match my speed.
Unlike Red Dead Redemption
Actually, no,
2.
I think it may have matched your speed.
No, they do match your speed.
You do match your speed.
That game
there
does
was
do that.
something else I played last year. I think it might have been Assassin's Creed,
Probably.
where they just didn't match my speed, and I was like, "Are you serious? Are we doing this?"
Yeah.
Red Dead, they did match speed.
Yeah.
What else? What else makes me?
There's a lot.
Um,
This happened, this is a minor thing. I played a VR game just the other day, and the thing that doesn't make sense to me is to start a VR game experience.
Yeah.
You're in a headset. The whole idea of VR is to have full control of what you're doing and to open immediately with a cutscene where you are just standing there and doing nothing is such a whack ass design choice.
Yeah.
That makes no sense to me whatsoever. Not a fan.
I think that's enough.
Yeah. There's some pet peeves.
Pet peeves. Thank you so much for watching another episode of Kurt and Lucy Got You Covered. We'll be back again next week with some more letters. Don't forget, you can email the podcast.
Yeah, you can. You could do it. Got you covered.
Oh, I was
GameSpot.com.
throwing it to you. Got you
Yeah,
covered.
yeah, I know.
GameSpot.com. And also, this episode is also available on podcast services if you would like to listen to it without having to see our beautiful faces.
Yeah. We're cool. Bye.